Madam Moderator, Excellencies, and the distinguished delegates. As a neurologist and neuroscientist, I have spent my professional life studying the brain, the seat of our identity, memory, and dignity. And as a humanitarian, I've seen the suffering that arises when dignity is denied. Today, I speak in support of a convention on the rights of older persons because I have learned two lessons. The first lesson is one of hope. The brain, even in the late life, retains remarkable capacities. Neurons form new synapses, networks adapt, memory can still find new meanings, and creativity and empathy can flourish until the very last breath. Age does not erase dignity, nor does it extinguish the light of humanity. The second lesson is one of silence and suffering. Too often, medicine and society do not recognize this. Too often, I have witnessed older patients denied rehabilitation or operation because it's no longer worth it. I have seen them excluded from intensive care not because of medical need, but because of the number on their birth certificate. I have seen them locked away in institutions where neglect and loneliness destroy more than any other neurological disease. As a doctor, I can treat disease, but I cannot treat injustice without law. That is why United Nations Convention on the Rights of Older Persons is essential, not as another declaration, not as voluntary guidelines, but as a binding treaty, clear in its language, firm in its obligation. Because rights for millions of older persons today remain only words on paper. The evidence is overwhelming. During the COVID-19 pandemic, discriminatory triage policies excluded older persons from life-saving care. In humanitarian crisis, older people are the first to be left behind in evacuation and the last to be included in recovery. In digital societies, they are excluded by design from online health, banking, and civic participation. Older women, in particular, carrying the accumulated weight of a lifetime of discrimination, are most likely to face poverty, violence, and invisibility. This is not misfortune, this is systemic ageism, one of the last socially tolerated forms of discrimination, so subtle and so subconscious in my own profession. And ageism has a cost. It costs lives. It costs society the wisdom and contribution of millions. The absence of enforceable rights means that abuse in care home goes unpunished, that older refugees lack protection, that long-term care remains fragmented and underfunded, and that digital exclusion isolates millions. Colleagues, we know from history that law changes culture. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability transformed the way we see disability, from a medical problem to a human right issue. And the Convention can do the same for aging. As a young doctor, I saw older persons as passive recipients of help and charity. Today, almost half a century later, I cannot see them but as full right holders, equal in dignity, equal in justice. And let me also remember what I see every day. Older persons are not only vulnerable. They are leaders, they are caregivers, they are transmitters of knowledge. They are grandmothers raising grandchildren, farmers sustaining families, scientists, artists, teachers, community leaders. In climate disaster, they hold ecological wisdom. In university and local hospitals, they pass on knowledge and experience. A convention is not charity, it is recognition of their agency. From the perspective of neuroscience, to strip people of dignity in old age is to wound the very organ that makes us human. When an older person is silenced, we silence memory. When they are excluded, we excluded identity itself. When they are neglected, we neglect the wisdom of humanity. Excellencies, the cost of delay in suffering is written in suffering every single day. Every day without this convention is a day when an older woman falls into poverty without recourse. A day when a creative, resilient brain capable of joy and learning is reduced to silence by neglect. But the price of courage is also clear. By adopting this convention, we can build a society where dignity does not end with youth, and where the future we hand to our children is one in which they too can grow old safely, with dignity and with pride. Let me be clear. Aging, if we are lucky, is the most universal of human experiences. In denying the rights of the old, we deny our own future. In protecting them, we protect ourselves. As a neurologist, I know that dignity and autonomy are as essential to the human brain as oxygen. As a humanitarian, I know that justice delayed is justice denied. As a citizen of this world, I know that we cannot afford to wait. My plea, let me conclude with my plea to you. As a physician who deals with elderly all his life, my plea to you, let us send a clear, unequivocal message from Geneva to the world. Human rights know no age. Thank you very much.